This week on the Full-Time Flippers Reselling Podcast.
This could be the worst week I've ever had. So I went from 2 amazing weeks to my sales went down the crapper.
Hi, I'm Chad the Quirky Picker. I'm a full-time reseller from Lancaster, Pennsylvania.
Hi everyone, I'm Denis the Free King Flipper. I'm a full-time reseller from Cape Cod, Massachusetts.
I'm an everything seller, but I love to sell all kinds of electronics and anything unique and vintage.
I'm an everything seller as well, but I really enjoy finding and flipping our vintage toys, Sony Walkmans, vintage electronics.
Join us each week as we discuss life as a full-time reseller. We will share our experiences, both the good and the not so good.
Learn from our expertise and our mistakes.
From sourcing to listing to shipping,
customer interactions, we will cover it all.
This is the Full-Time Flippers
Reselling Podcast.
Welcome to the Full-Time Flippers Reselling Podcast, episode 22. I am Chad the Quirky Picker, and I'm here with my co-host,
Denis the Free King Flipper.
Hey, Denis.
What's happening?
Well, what's happening? Let me remind everyone that 2 weeks ago, the last 2 weeks, I've had record sales. I promoted my entire store at 3% and my sales have went through the roof. Well, this week I went on vacation to the beach. I left Sunday morning, returned on Wednesday afternoon. I put my store on vacation mode starting last Friday about noon because if anyone ordered afternoon, they probably weren't, I wasn't going to ship afternoon. So they were going to get their product till I returned from vacation which would have been Thursday, getting back into the groove of things. So, I put my store on vacation mode Friday at noon, and sales were so bad, horrible, that I finally just turned off vacation mode Tuesday morning because I offer 3-day shipping. So I was safe there at that point anyhow. But Monday I had 0 sales, 0. Tuesday I had 2 sales, and that was Tuesday evening. So 2 sales in 2 days. The last couple of weeks on Friday, I've already been like over $1,000 for the week. And today I'm at $100 for the whole week so far, 100. So I need to pay for it. I'm going out to Ohio next week. I need money. I lived paycheck to paycheck on eBay. And this could be the worst week I've ever had. So I went from 2 amazing weeks to my sales went down the crapper. Now on episode 10, you mentioned that you never put your store on vacation mode. And that's correct. Last time when you went on vacation, I think you just extended out your shipping times. Explain that a little bit, why you don't do that. What happened the last time you did that? Or
it was probably 4 or 5 years ago. I did the exact same thing that you did. I utilized eBay's little tab that you can, I think they call it away mode, but everyone calls it vacation mode.
Yep. And
a nice little yellow banner comes across the, seller is away, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, this is great. I can still accept people buying stuff, but then they know that I'm gone until a certain date.
Mm-hmm.
And exact same thing happened to me. Just like they just shut my store off. And I even let, people buy stuff. Nope. Now, is that a combination of eBay hiding your items because they know no one's going to buy this, or people reading that you're away and the lengthy time that that it's going to take for them to get their item, and they're just not buying it. They're buying it from somebody else, or a combination of both of those things.
Yeah.
In any case, that's exactly what happened. It just came to a screeching halt, and I'm selling like 3-4 things in like 5 days. I'm like, yikes. And you could see the metrics just dive down and the views dive, everything. So I said, I'm never going to do that again. Yeah. I'm going to extend my handling time out and play the handling time game, where every day that you take on your vacation, you go on and you just cut it down by a day. So let's say you're going for a week, you have it set to, 5-6 days, whatever, you want. After a couple of days on vacation, keep scaling it back. Just like what you said, you did, 3-day handling time anyway. So you're like, boom, I just turn it back on, because if they buy something today, you got 3 days anyway. So I just play that game where I just take a day off of, each day that I spend on vacation, I take a day off of the handling time,
Mhm.
and it doesn't hurt as bad. The last time I went to where was it? Oh, we went to St. Croix. So I'm in St. Croix on my laptop, literally just adjusting it. And it
Mhm.
only took 5 minutes to log on and do that real
Yeah.
quick. And it was a slow week, but nothing compared to having like no sales all week, or just a few sales, or like you said, $100. It was definitely dipped down, but I was still making daily sales away on vacation, enjoying my time at the beach with the family and all that. But you do got to take that 5 or 10 minutes to kind of manipulate the algorithm with the handling time. So some people are not willing to do that. They want to go on vacation, but you just have to know that if you do that, you're probably going to have either no sales or very, very low sales. And if you're okay with that, by all means, enjoy your time. I can't afford to do that. I can't afford to take a week off from pay. I just can't. Like you, I look for that paycheck, that payout. I do weekly payouts. I look for that every single week. I have to have it. So I'm kind of stuck, but I make it work.
Yeah. So next week I'm going out to Ohio for the Route 127 yard sales. We're leaving Wednesday, returning Saturday. Because Thursday, there are 4 days of yard sales: Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and really Thursday and Friday are your best days. By then, all the good stuff's gone. Yeah. So I'm not going to put my store on vacation. I'm just going to extend handling time a few days, because anything that's ordered by Tuesday at noon, I can ship on Tuesday. So you're just talking Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Saturday doesn't count. Yeah, 3 days. So, but next week my sales don't pick up at all, and then we go on vacation again for a whole week in the middle of August. If I'm not getting sales, I might seriously look for a full-time job and just go back to part-time reselling, because I cannot afford to have eBay penalize me for going on vacation. I realize that, people have a life outside of eBay, and if eBay is going to penalize you just for going on vacation for 3 days, it's ridiculous. They can't be showing my items on Monday. I can't have 0 sales when I'm hitting like 5 to 10 sales every single day, and then suddenly nothing.
Right.
It's not really fair.
No, but they're in it to make money. So if they know that you're not going to be around, they're not going to waste the space, the time, the where you are ranked in the listings. They're not going to waste that time. So I'm not saying that they just shut you off, but
it feels like they do. Yeah. I do have a comment on a sale that happened while I was gone. I'll save that for customer service segment later on. So how was your week then?
Slow. This week has been slow.
Okay.
Due to in part of a nice $200 return that just killed me. I tried everything for this guy. I tried, do you want to keep this was for a Nikon D200 camera body.
Okay.
3 lenses, camera strap, one of those, like the thing that sticks on the bottom. It's like a handle. I forget what they call this thing.
Like a Steadicam kind of thing.
I don't know. I don't know if it's an extra battery pack that the unit sits on.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
That was in the box. It looked brand new. It came with the original box. It came with the original box for the camera itself, and then a whole bunch of accessories. So it was like $199.99 plus shipping. He bought it. He's like, I put a new battery in it, and it keeps draining the battery. Any suggestions? And I'm like, is it a brand new battery? He goes, yeah, it's brand new. It's fully charged. Yes. I go, okay. So I did some research for him, and I found out that the firmware for these cameras has been updated because that was a known problem from Nikon. I said, hate to ask you to do this, and I should have done it before. I said, do you think you maybe want to upgrade the firmware, download it, plug your camera into the computer and just download it? He's like, yeah, no problem. I'll try it. Didn't work. So now he's pissed, and now he's upset, and he's like, no, I don't want anything. I don't want to keep anything. I don't want a partial. I want my money back. So, all right. you know, I'm going to part it out now anyway.
Yeah.
I'll sell the camera body as not working. I'll sell the lenses separately and the other parts separately. So he sends it back. In the original box, that's what he used for shipping. I'm like, oh, dude.
Wait, you didn't ship it in the original?
No. I made sure everything was padded in that box, and then took that box and put it in a shipping box. He just put duct tape around it and then sent it out. So now the box is
ruined.
Damaged. It's ruined. The sides are all dented. The tape, I can't take it off. It'll rip everything off. And then inside, it's missing 3 pieces. The lenses were there.
Wow.
The camera that was there. The original box that the camera was in is missing. The strap is missing. One of the lens covers is missing. So I should have saved this for customer service. But I reached out to him. I was like, hey, this piece is missing. Never got back to me. And eBay makes me return the money in what, 2 days? Not like the 30 days he had to actually return this thing. So I went on and I accept returns. So I have the ability to go on there and say, there's a problem with the return. I clicked off items missing, and I even clicked off items damaged, because that box, the original packaging was ruined. It's ruined. I can't. So I looked at their guidelines for eBay, and the guidelines state, you know, take this percentage off for this problem, this percentage off for this problem. It's really nice. It's one of the few things they do for us sellers. And I added up 35%. That's what I'm going to take back. And I issued the return. It was like 140, maybe even less. And it was like $138 instead of the full $199 plus shipping. I did refund him the full shipping because that's not on him. But the item was not returned to me in the condition that I sent it. Right away, he opens up a dispute, and I get a message on my phone says that, you know, dispute was opened, and then a problem with the return, and then case opened, and then case closed within like 30 seconds. It must have been like automatic. And then they paid him the missing piece of the return.
Thanks, eBay. Just let everybody rip us off, and then you cover it.
Yeah.
It's like you're rewarding theft.
Exactly right. Yep.
I'll talk about that in a minute too, about something.
I blocked him, and I've already sold the camera body and that other piece that the camera sits on, and I have watchers on some of the lenses. So I'll get the money back, but I'm just like, wow, you got to punish bad buyers, or else they don't learn anything. So, and it was like that. They gave him his money back as soon as he opened up a case. Oh, I'm sorry. Here you go. Yeah, don't worry about that seller, that bad seller. Here you go. Here's your money back. Yeah. Unbelievable. Right. So I don't know where we were going, but with this, but
I don't know how. So like you deducted 35% off. Did the things that he keep, are they, if you put a monetary value on those items that he didn't return, were they worth anything really?
Not really.
Straps
maybe $10. Okay. Maybe.
So you benefited from it. It's not like
I did.
His negligence just cost him money. Well, not really. I mean, he got all his money. So
he got all it back, and he got to keep a couple of small items. So he learned nothing. He wasn't penalized at all.
Yeah.
But that's eBay's money. If they want to pay out, you know, bad buyers, then I can't do much about it. But I'm not going to get, you know, taken advantage of. There's no way I was just going to eat that. You ruined the box. You didn't even return everything. I don't know if he was just, like you said, negligent, or he was doing it on purpose to, you know, piss me off. I don't know. But it's one of the benefits of accepting returns. Yeah. You get to do stuff like that.
I mean, technically, we do pay for it because we pay our eBay fees when we sell stuff. So it's our money coming out of a trust fund or something. I don't know. That's like when someone gets something from the government for free. It's like, hey, somebody else has to pay for it, right? We pay for it.
We do.
Yeah. Okay. Moving on to viewer mail. Each one of us shares at least one viewer comment. Now, last week, we received on our video 526 views as of now, which blows all the other videos out of the water. Like the most we ever had was like maybe 250. So
yeah, I think so.
Yeah. And there's 26 comments on the video. So, and we now have over 100 subscribers. We're sitting at 113. So we crossed 100 this week. So I think thanks to everyone who watches and subscribes and comments. We appreciate it. Growing little by little every week.
Yep. So we got a comment from Jacqueline Rose, or Jaqueline, 1996, and she wishes me a happy birthday. Thank you, Jacqueline, and a happy vacation week to Chad. Ooh, Snake, and that was from your story last week.
Yeah.
And she said she loves the show, episode 21, with a big heart. So Jacqueline Rose, I appreciate the view and the comment and the kind words.
Yeah. My comment comes from Davy Boy Flips. He says, my ARC scan, which is his thermal printer, is doing work for about 3 years now. Great printer. Shout out to the Golden State Picker on the recommendation. Now that's interesting because I watched the Golden State Picker and I bought my ARC scan thermal printer because of Golden State Picker's recommendation as well. I was kind of following his business model. I started selling books on Amazon at the time. I just couldn't keep feeding the beast like he does. He has a book. He buys them by the skid. What do you call it? What do you call those 4x4x4s? Boxes.
Gaylord.
Gaylord. He buys
Pallet.
Gaylords of books every week.
Yep.
And I don't have that option. So I was going to yard sales, trying and scanning books like crazy with my little scanner. And I'm like, I'm wasting my time to try to find valuable books when I'm missing out on other deals, better profitable things. I was doing okay. In the summer, I was finding enough books to keep feeding eBay a case of like 50 pounds of books a week. But in the winter, it dried up. But anyhow, Golden State Picker did a video this week. He sold a Beatles album for $1,300. And it was from somebody. You need to watch this video. What the person is, he looked at the person's feedback. They had like 1,300 feedback, all and 100% positive. So he's like, okay, I'll ship it to the guy because, you know, that's good feedback.
Yep.
And 3 weeks later, the guy puts a dispute on his credit card.
No.
To get the $1,300 back. It was the Beatles album where it had the dead baby dolls on the cover and they covered it up. They put a sticker over it because it was too controversial and morbid. It was actually morbid if you've seen it. So he found that at a thrift store. So he talked about how he had to go through the process to keep from losing his money. So he went through then and started reading the guy's feedback, and the guy had other feedbacks that were positive that said, scammer, beware. What the guy does is he buys stuff and then he disputes it on his credit card. So eBay had actually shut him off, removed him as a user. But the process he had to go through is I learned a lot from it. And I think everyone would benefit from watching that. But yeah, and he's like, this is the problem with not allowing us as sellers to put negative feedback on bad buyers. It just encourages them to keep it up.
Yep.
So, I mean, I guess if I'm selling something and it sells for a lot of money, I should go through and read the positive feedbacks to make sure the guy doesn't have negative feedbacks in the positives, negative, reviews in the positives. So I found that very interesting. Next up is Two Truths and a Lie. I'm having fun with this segment. I think Dennis is too. Each one of us shares 3 things about ourselves. Only 2 of them are true and one's a lie. We have to guess which one is the lie. Go first, Dennis. I think I'm up 5-4.
Yes, you are. Mine are pretty simple.
Okay.
But don't let the simplicity trick you. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Number 1, I love wearing cargo shorts. Number 2, I love country music. And number 3, I've never broken a bone. Again, simple.
Yeah.
But one of them is a lie.
Did you say broken bone before in one of the past ones?
Might have. I might have.
I've never broken.
Do you have your notes there?
Yeah, I'm looking back through my history. What was number 2?
I love country music.
I'm going to say that's the lie. I think you love reggae.
How did you get that?
Because you love reggae, and it's like polar opposites in some ways. I mean, I guess it's always possible you could have a.
That's it. I'm not doing simple ones ever again.
Okay.
That's it. I'm getting medieval now.
Yeah.
Wow.
So you have never.
So you did
broken
that.
a
You did
bone.
that like elimination like thing. You're like, no, not that one. It must be
Oh.
that. All right.
Only because I
use
know you
the
like
same
reggae
formula.
music.
Yes.
Speaking of reggae music, if I wanted to start liking reggae music,
Yep.
give me 2 songs I should listen to get me started. 2 artists or songs, both.
I mean, go out and buy yourself the Bob Marley Legend CD and just listen to that.
Bob Marley Legends. I can find it on YouTube Music.
There you go.
Okay.
That's going to be your entry level. You know, I've you know, you probably have heard some of the songs on there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. He's from Jamaica.
Oh yeah. And then I'm into like I don't know, I'd say the last couple of months, like crazy deep underground like stuff like from the 60s and 70s that's been like on the airwaves in Jamaica, like some real deep roots reggae stuff. I still listen to Bob, of course, and the Wailers, and some of the guys that, you know, his sons that we go and we see them too.
Yep.
But I would start off there.
Okay.
And then if you want more of like a islandy sort of cool tropical reggae infused music, there's a ton of that stuff, and it's very light and kind of, you know, you'd hear it at the beach and just you want one of those. It's not a real traditional reggae. Would be like Stick Figure, the Elevators, Tribal Seeds, Stick Figure.
Stick Figure. Okay.
Yep. And the Elevators. They're from around here, actually. They're from Massachusetts. And then Tribal Seeds is from West Coast. But it's all sort of the same type of music. It's not actually, that's Tribal Seeds right there.
Oh.
But that's, so I mix both of those together and I listen to all of it. So yeah.
I'll check some out this week. Okay.
Yeah. Let me know. You guys like reggae? Let me know who your favorite artists are. I'm curious.
All right. My 2 truths and a lie. Number 1, I was driving and I hit a cow in Texas and totaled my vehicle. Number 2, I was driving and hit a deer in Michigan and totaled my vehicle. And number 3, I was driving and I ran over my neighbor's dog with my car.
So you're telling me you've done 2 of these?
Yes.
That is crazy to me. I don't know. That is awful. I don't think you killed someone's dog, but that means you would get into an accident with a deer and total car and a cow. Wow. I mean, I know getting into an accident. I'm going to say the lie, and this is weird, that the deer totaled your car. I think that's the lie.
Dang.
Yeah,
it is a lie. I wasn't driving. I was in the vehicle, but my friend was driving the vehicle, and we did hit a deer and it totaled the vehicle, but I wasn't driving.
I wasn't even going that way.
Okay, well, we were going fishing up in Canada, and it was in the UP, and there was nobody like in the middle of the. No, it was early in the morning. We also ran out of gas in the middle of the night in the UP once, and no cars came by for at least 30 minutes, and this is on an interstate. That's how dead northern Michigan is traffic. So we had flashlights out trying to flash vehicles when they drove by. Anyhow, so yes, I had a friend that lived in Texas, in Marfa, Texas. I don't know if you know what Marfa is famous for. The Marfa lights. You should look them up sometime. Okay. But then I stayed with him for like 3 days and drove his vehicle home. I was driving through Seymour, Texas, and there was a black cow standing in the middle of the road, and I nailed that sucker with this car. His head went through the windshield. I yelled cow, and I hit the brakes, and I'm like, I don't swerve for animals, so I just hit the brakes to slow down as much as possible. And when that sucker hit the car, his head smashed through the windshield. And when I opened up my eyes, the windshield's right up against my face, and my knuckles were on the steering wheel, and they were all bloody. And again, we were sitting there, and we had no cell phone service. This is stupid. AAA told us to go this direction. I would have stayed on the interstates, but it was some back road. So we sat there forever, until finally a car came by, and then they called 911, and the cop showed up. The cop was ticked like that we had a cow. I don't know, because it was his friend's cow. The farmer, the rancher, Buddy was his name, showed up drunk as can be, drove there on the roads, talking to the cop like they're best friends. And they came with a big skid loader, scooped the cow up. And I jokingly said something like, "Hey, you want to send me a couple steaks?" And the guy's like, "No," just straight faced. He was so ticked I hit his cow.
Wow.
And then the police officer was real rude to us the whole time. He said, "Get back." It was started to sprinkle. And he's like, "Get back in your car and you wait for the tow truck and don't get out of your car." And we sat there for like 10 minutes. And the cop's still behind us. And I think he's getting ready to leave. So I'm like, I'm going to go ask him, how long it's going to be. I got out of my car and walked back there. He got out of his car and he looked at me and yelled. I mean, he was dead serious. "I told you to stay off the road." I'm like, I'm just asking, how soon till the tow truck gets here? He's like, "It's on its way." And he took off. He was
wow.
Yeah, it was a weird experience. I wrote their local newspaper and told them how non-hospitable their police department and their town was in general, and they never printed it. But and as far as like me hitting my neighbor's dog, I accidentally hit the dog. It would always run out into the road and try to grab my tires with its mouth while I'm driving. And one day he just got too close, and I hit him. So felt bad about it. Moving on to home runs and strikeouts. Your best and your worst sales of the week. What do you have, Dennis?
I found, and this is a new brand. I don't know. You sell speakers a lot. Have you ever heard of, where is it? Is it Emotiva? Emotiva? Here's mine right here. This is Emotiva. But this was a brand that I really wasn't familiar with.
Okay.
And it was at a yard sale, and they're trying to tell me, "Oh, we spent, so much money on those, blah, 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 blah. These are super expensive." And I'm like, I hate buying things that I'm not 100% sure, with the brand. The only reason why I did pick these things up, they were in the original box, original foam all around them, original grill covers were mint. I took the covers off. You can see in the photo here. The speakers were absolutely gorgeous. I don't think they even used them. The original box blew me away. It had like the label on there that they got it shipped from the factory and all that. So I'm like, "Well, how much do you want?" And she's like, "Throw me an offer." And I'm like, "I really have no idea." I said, "I really don't have use for these." And before I could say anything, she's like, "How about $20?" And I'm like, "Sure, I'll buy them." Even if they're not worth anything, I said, I'd probably use them in my shop. I brought them home. I looked them up, and anywhere from $200 to $400 for a pair of these things. And I took an offer of $199.99 plus $28 in shipping. And that was like, I don't know, 3 or 4 days they were for sale.
Yeah. Wow.
So yeah, those were amazing. Emotiva. I don't know. B1 is the model number. And I don't know. I tested them out. I mean, I didn't need to. They were in such mint condition, but I would have kept them. They sounded amazing. Yeah. Amazing. They're, in a bookshelf size. My strikeout, and this is only because I took an offer and I just wanted it gone. One of those like we've been doing. Metal pull handles for drawers and like hardware. I have no idea where these came from. Yeah. I still don't know where they came from, but there were 5 of them, and someone offered me $7.99. She paid shipping to California for these. I'm like, just take them. Yeah. And there was like probably 2 years in my store. I just like, that's awesome. Just get rid of these things. Like,
were they common when you comped them? Do you think there was a whole bunch out there? Because some of those you can't find them anywhere. I mean, you might have the only ones on eBay, but if they're real common.
Yeah, they were just brushed aluminum, and they were just like very simple and plain, just like a rounded piece like that. That's it. And they're just 5 of them, brand new in the package. And I'm like, oh, I'm not going to use these for anything. It was one of those things where I should have just donated long ago, but someone paid $8 for it. So strikeout, maybe, but that's it. What do you got?
I would like to, if anyone's ever sold drawer handles, let us know what the secret is to finding good ones. My home run, got a couple of them, which I'm surprised they have a couple, but as bad as my sales have been. But this one sold. This was the only good thing that really sold while I was on vacation. I got two of them. The other one sold right before I went on vacation. It's a Vizio sound bar for television. Let me bring that up here. It was in the box. It had a remote control with a digital display on the remote control. And I was asking 139 because that's kind of what they sell for. I took an offer of, oh man, around 80 or 90, I think. I paid $20 for these at a yard sale at the beginning of the summer. And I just wanted a sale. Thought I'd get my store moving. So I think it was 80 something, maybe 85 plus shipping. I wish, looking at this, why can't they just tell me what it actually sold for, just versus telling me what my sale price was and put a slash through it, meaning I took an offer.
I don't know why they do that.
Because it overinflates the price.
Some big secret.
Yeah, like just you can look it up in Terapeak and they'll show you the exact price. But when you're looking at the ads, I don't get it. Just tell me what it actually sold for. That's all that can matter. Who cares how much I was asking? So I sold this sound bar. It had everything was still packed in a box. It was used, but the guy said, you didn't want it anymore. So I did take it all out and photograph. I think I took it out. Yeah, I took it apart.
Oh, nice.
And the other item was this vise that I bought from the estate sale of the guy that died that was 104 years old. I paid $20 for it. I sold it for 150. I took an offer.
Nice.
So yeah, again, they're selling $249. That was my asking price. I don't care what my asking price was. Again, dumb eBay. Fix that because it's stupid. All right. And my my strikeout was a vacuum cleaner. It's a Shark Roadster vacuum cleaner. It's a little portable vacuum cleaner. And see this handle right here that I'm pointing at? This isn't the handle. This is the filter. But this takes the filter out. So every time you're vacuuming with this thing, it has wheels and it pulls on the floor. And you go to pick it up by this handle, the cartridge comes right out. The actual handle is in the back here. This thing, you're supposed to pick it up there.
Oh, what a terrible design.
And I think that's probably why it flopped. In 3 years, not one of these has sold on eBay. And I'm the only person that has ever sold this model number, or there's no other listed.
Wow.
EP722. I had this for $27 for 6 months, and someone offered me 10, and I took it. I've never sold a vacuum cleaner that cheap, but it had the hose and the attachments and three heads of the hose. Yeah, $10. I just wanted it gone because it was a great vacuum cleaner as far as it sucked. It was sucked in a good way, but dumb design. I picked that thing up 5 times by that handle and pulled that filter off every time. Good riddance.
That's poor design. That's awful. Like, I'm looking at it and like, that's the handle right there.
Yeah, right.
But it's not.
No reason why you would think it's not. Yeah. Next up is BOLOs and NOLOs. One thing to be looking for and one thing that you would not buy again. Denis, impress us with your knowledge.
This is an obvious one, but I'm going to reinstate it because I picked one of these things up last weekend.
Okay.
And I think my listing is actually in here. I was at a thrift store wandering around, not really finding much at all. I was actually with my nephew who wanted to kind of see what this reselling thing was all about. And we're looking around and, when you have a newbie with you that really doesn't know much about it, it's kind of fun to see what they pick up thinking, hey, is this worth something? How about this? How about this? And we're standing there and I look down and in the box with the lid opened was this Dymo 450. And it said, as is $5. I'm like, absolutely. That is an easy one. so you can see how the 450 and all the other dymos, they're all bolos. But this one in particular, paid $5, sold for, where is mine? 145 $145 for a $5 buy. And he was like, really, that thing? I'm like, yeah, look up Dymo and look up some of the ones that have sold. I have this filtered out so that these are just used. These aren't even new. And you know, his what is this one? 400? I don't know that one, but you can see here's my 4XL. This is the one I've been using for the past 5 years. $180 used. $180 used. So if you're at a yard sale, if you're at a thrift store and you see Dymo and it's cheap, or if you want to pay up for it a little bit, it's easy to look up the brand and the model on these. Okay. They have the model somewhere in the box, somewhere underneath it. But here's the 400, the 450, my 4XL that I use all the time is amazing. So definitely be on the lookout for these, as well as other, you know, thermal printers, your Rollos, what's the brand that you use?
Arc Scan.
Like all that stuff. If you see that stuff at a yard sale, yeah, pick it up. It's great money.
So you said this one will print address labels. It's 4 inches wide.
Yeah, it's smaller. I mean, this thing sold overnight. It was like gone. Okay. And he couldn't believe it.
You weren't tempted to keep it as a backup?
No. I just needed the money. I turned the 5 into $150. I'm like, I'll kick the can with a backup down the road. That's probably only like the 3rd or 4th one I have found in the last couple of years.
Okay. And
this one was literally just sitting there on the floor in a box. I'm like, no way. I'm like, oh, they're probably going to want like $40, $50 for this. Nope. As is $5. So I brought it home. It had labels in it. So I tested it real fast. It worked flawlessly. Nice. And it sold overnight. So label printers, definitely look for them.
All right.
Look up the brand and the model number and make your money. My Nolo, and these are one of those things where, unfortunately, I have one. Porcelain figures.
Colonial, looks like.
Gross. This says made in Japan right here.
Yeah, you think that would help? I mean, that would be good, right? No,
I can't even get $10 for this.
Yeah.
So I looked up to see if there were, I don't know, any of these that are worth buying. Ooh, especially if it just says made in Japan, and there's no name brand, or they probably made a zillion of these. So you can see some of them here, kind of like mine here.
Yeah.
But this one looks more intricate. This is kind of what I'm talking about. Real bad casting, real bad paint job on there, and then they throw in the word rare. I don't think so. In fact, this is pretty much what I'm holding here. Mine's a 1 piece, but this is 2 pieces. But yeah, this stuff's everywhere. And I see it is selling, but not for a lot. Yeah. $3, $11, $15. If you're into this, I'm sorry. You guys can jump into this and sell it, but I'm going to stop buying this stuff. It just sits. Here's what, $7.99. I don't know. Again, exceptions to every rule. There's a couple in here. It's $25, but those are beautiful. There's 5 different ones. Yeah. Franklin Mint was those ones. But this is what I'm talking about. This is exactly the piece I have right here. Vintage porcelain Victorian occupied Japan sitting figurine couple with dog. $2.99 for best offer. Right?
Yikes.
So,
take it out and do some gun shooting range. That's not even worth donating. When do you use the word rare in a title? How often do you use the word rare? I sell a ton of media, right? If I'm scanning these and I'm the only guy in town that has that thing brand new sealed,
And then there's tons and tons of listings, you know, very good condition, all that, but there's none. And you can filter out to just search new and none come up. Then I'll use it, because it's rare to find that particular piece of media sealed. That would make sense.
Yeah.
This stuff is not rare. This stuff is not rare at all. Maybe to you, because you've never seen that particular piece, but the stuff alone this is not rare stuff. They made zillions of this stuff. So one-off, anything that's like an absolute one-off.
Like my vacuum cleaner was rare. But rare would not help sell it for 10. Like,
does not make it valuable.
Yeah, right.
It's rare because nobody wants it. Right?
Yes. Yep. My Bolo is something I see all the time, and I pick them up all the time, and they sell all the time.
All right.
Computer monitors and TV stands, not the monitors themselves, but the stands for the monitors and the TVs. People, a lot of people that have TVs, they have the wall mount, and then the stand just goes, they keep it in the box or whatever, and then they get a yard sale and they sell them for like $1.
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about. They screw into the bottom of the
TV. Well, or they attach somehow to the back of the monitor. Like this one here, I bought 3 of these Dells. This is a stand. Yeah, I don't know if you can see how it attaches, or whoops, how it attaches. 3 of them. I bought 4 of them for $1 each at the yard sale. And I sold them all. I sold 3 of them for $15. The other one I dropped when I was carrying them in my warehouse and damaged it. So I threw that one away, but I made $15 each on the other 3. And this one, this little stupid plastic thing sold for $15. It's for Scepter
LCD monitor.
No name. I just bought this like a couple weeks ago, and this one sold for around, I think it was 15 or 14, but it's just plastic. Like the other ones at least had some metal, and it had the hardware to hook it up. But these always sell, because you'd be surprised how many people suddenly now want to put their TV on a TV stand or their monitor. They want to, I don't know. They break them, something. I sell them all the time. It's you can get it for $1 or 50 cents at a yard sale. Nobody thinks that they're desirable, and you can sell them. My Nolo is old postcards. I don't know if we've talked much about postcards in the past. Did you bring those up one time? I don't know if you did.
No, but I agree with you.
Yeah. I'm going to say 25 years ago, I went to a guy I knew, passed away, and his house was being sold, and he had a bunch of old stuff, old receipts from like 1860s invoice ledgers. Those were all valuable, but I also bought a whole bunch of postcards, and I'll show you some examples of the ones that are still in my store. Now, these postcards are probably the oldest things in my store. This one here, which you think is kind of cool. A lady looking at the camera. I got it for $4.71 and like 0 views. Here's one of Pikes Peak. I don't know if it's got a date on it or not. The other one did have a stamp and a date. Let's look here. 1917.
Very cool.
West Unity, Ohio.
Cent. Yep. 1 cent stamp.
Yep. Whoops. Yes. I got this cool one of a fox hunt. No stamp. But for $20, because no one else has it, really. This particular one, but no interest in probably 3 years. This is another one with no stamp, but I think it's German. Of a lady with 2 dogs. You think maybe, a dog lover might like this postcard. I've got it for $22. I don't know. I have a little bit of sentimental value because I bought them from who I bought them for, and I just don't want to give them away. I don't know. It's kind of weird. And then this guy in a military uniform. I've got $23 on this. There's no stamp, but these are all 1910 to 1920 era postcards. This is a real photograph postcard. You would think that somehow this would sell, but no, not selling. When I first started my store, I listed all my postcards, and I've sold maybe 5, and I have more. This is just a little taste of what I have left. So
Yeah, I mean, who's collecting these nowadays?
yeah.
Not this current generation.
All right. Well, we're heading towards the end of the show. Let's finish it up with customer service. Talk about your most interesting customer interactions from the last week or so. Dennis.
I had one that was interesting and very comical, and I put it on my Instagram. I don't know if you guys saw it. Somebody just messaged me from eBay after they purchased something. I waited 3 days for them to pay. And as soon as they paid, they wrote, "Ship today." No, please. Or can you ship today? Are you shipping today? Ship today.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, what? What are we doing with this? Unfortunately, and you people, I know you're going to get mad because I did ship that day. Yeah. Mondays are my normal shipping day. Mm-hmm. I'm just like, oh man, should I wait until the very last minute? He probably deserves that.
Yeah.
But I very rarely play games. I just wrap it up, send it out, and just be done with it. I'm hoping that the question mark was left out. Ship today? Question mark? Or, you know what I'm saying? Or the please ship today. He just wrote that. Or maybe a language barrier. I don't know. So I did ship out today.
Yeah.
But that stuff really, really gets me.
Mm-hmm.
I just waited 3 days for you to pay, and now you want me to ship right now. Like right now, like drop everything because you're such an important buyer. Like you're the only buyer I've had all day. No. But unfortunately, he did get his item in a very quick, timely manner.
Yeah.
Customer service. That's good customer service. I treated the customer with respect, even though I feel like I was slightly disrespected.
Yeah. I have something extremely similar. I was on vacation. I took my store off vacation Tuesday morning to try to get some sales. And I got one sale Tuesday morning for a golf club. A Callaway, I do have a picture of it. A Callaway Big Bertha driver. Mm-hmm. Sold it for $72.
Nice.
Big Bertha golf club. I was asking $80. Took an offer of $72. Right after the person bought it, they said, "You're very close to me. This is great. I need it ASAP, immediately." And I said, "Well, I'm on vacation. I will ship on Thursday when I get home." And the guy says, "Then I want to cancel."
Oh,
dang. Because this would have helped. Maybe spur on.
Yeah.
So I made sure I checked that when I canceled it. The reason was the buyer asked. I don't know if eBay penalizes you for a cancellation regardless of the situation.
You can get defects if you do like out of stock or what is it?
Item
out of stock,
damage,
out of stock, buyer requested, out of stock, and problem with buyer's address.
Okay.
So 2 of those you're good. Yeah. 1 of those you'll get defects.
So I'm like, maybe that's helped ruin my sales this week. I don't know. Another customer service issue was I mentioned this. This was a home run, I think, like several episodes. My Yeti cooler.
Yeah.
I had it originally listed for $500 because some have sold for that much. A couple weeks went by, dropped it down to $450. Another week went by, I dropped it down to $400. Now I did have I accept offers on all my items, but on this particular item, I didn't want any lowball offers. So I set the minimum offer at $350, and I didn't get any offers. So I think people were probably trying to send me offers, but it was just denying them.
Auto declined. Yeah.
Yeah. Auto decline. So I turned that I dropped the price down to 400 and I turned that feature off. Do you use that feature much? Just to keep
almost like setting a reserve. I don't. I accept offers on everything. And then if they're low ball, I'll either just ignore it or auto decline it.
Yeah.
Like just decline it.
Well, I do on all my items, but every once in a while, I just want to weed out the idiots.
Sure.
So, but when you put that an amount in there. It makes you put an amount, right? Why can't you just say, I don't want to accept any offer like 50% less than my asking price? So then as you lower your price, it's like a sliding scale. Because I've had some times where I actually did early on, I put an amount in there. And then when I lowered the price of the item, it says I can't do that because it's lower than my, whatever that reserve price was. So just make it a sliding scale. Like, I don't want to accept an offer less than 75% of my asking price. And I don't know why they can't do that. So I kind of think it's stupid. You can only put an exact amount in there.
Well, I mean, you can do that when you're sending an offer. You can choose to put a price or percentage off.
Yes.
So it's the same thing. You should be able to, like you said, it's a great idea.
Right.
They could do that.
So I got an offer for this for $275, and I decided to take it. And then 4 days later, after the guy never paid or responded to any of my messages, it got relisted. So now I'm hoping I can still get over $300. It's worth at least $300. This is a rare cooler in a special color. See, I got rare in the title.
I'm just gonna. There it is.
No one else has it. No one else has it at this color, at this size. But a lot of them sell for around $250 if they're blue or basic colors. So I'm hopeful to get 300. I'm still holding out.
You got to put. Hold on. You need to put some more catchphrases in that title.
Okay.
HTF. HTF.
Okay.
Hard to find.
Yep.
Often sought.
Often sought.
I'm just, I'm kidding.
Yeah. No, I could put HTF in there, but I do need to fill it up because there's no 80 characters used.
Right.
But I don't want to put like new, hard to find. I could put hard to find because but rare is hard to find in some ways. Yeah. I don't know. I choose my words.
I love using those because they all mean the exact same thing.
Ooh, I'll put the fire, put a whole bunch of fire icons.
Oh, the emojis, the emojis in there that, like, who searches by using emoji? No one. Absolutely no one.
They're space filler.
Yep.
Maybe it stands out when you're searching. I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know.
And my other customer service issue was this professional, it's called BBE is the brand of a Sonic Maximizer. It's a crossover. I had it for sale, listed at 100. Again, I took an offer and they scratched it out. So I don't know. Okay. So I had it 169. Someone sent me an offer for 120. And then I counter offered at 140 and they accepted. And then like 3 hours later, the guy says, "Hey, my son did this. I would not have accepted your offer. I only want to offer 120.
What?
I don't, I responded and said, I looked in the last 3 years, the cheapest one of these has ever sold is $145 plus shipping. So you're still getting it cheaper than anyone has in the last 3 years at $140. Right. Like, you want this thing really bad, but you're only willing to pay 120 and it's worth 140, easy worth 140. But you would be you're getting the best deal in 3 years. And
his 5-year-old son, did that.
I responded and I said, "How old is your son?"
Perfect.
And then I told him, this has never sold under $145 in the last 3 years. So I think you're still getting a steal. And he never paid. And 4 days later, it got relisted.
Wow.
Didn't pay. It wasn't worth 140, but it was worth 120.
His son wanted it though, but he wasn't on board. I love that one. I don't know why they can't just be honest buyers. Hey, look, I'm having buyer's remorse. Is there a way we can negotiate the price a little bit? Just talk to me. I really can't do anything more than 130. All right. Yeah. Well, if I can accept that, I would. If not, I'm like, hey, well, sorry, man. I need the 140. Like you said, it's cheapest it's sold in the last 3 years. If you can do that, great. If not, let me know. I will cancel it for you. But they're going to make up these stories like it's story time. And I don't believe any of them.
Yeah. People have told me that maybe 3-4 times now, that their kid is the one that hit it and they wouldn't have bought it had I known whatever.
Right. By the way, no one believes that.
Yeah.
None of us sellers believe that. So you guys can just stop using the, oh, my kid got on my phone, unlocked it, went to eBay, sent an offer, and then like, what? No.
Yeah.
That did not happen.
Yeah. I should have responded. Well, my son told me I'm not allowed to go below 140. Dang it.
That would have been great.
I don't think about these things fast enough.
Let's do that next time. I'm going to do that next time.
Getting started.
I'm going to do that. That's amazing. Well, let me ask my son if he would agree to that. He's 6. And I'll get back to you. Do you have a crayon, perhaps, that we can write out a contract?
Yeah.
That's
I
awesome.
I made 2 check boxes for my 3-year-old. One's a yes and one's a no, and he definitely hit the no button.
Yep.
On the paper.
It was in magenta crayon, and that's the color I have to go with it. So sorry, sir.
Yeah.
Well, I'm getting my yard sale list ready.
Ooh, wow.
There is a bunch tomorrow for me, and I need to spend some money so I can make some money. That's kind of how it works.
Yeah.
And
I'm saving mine for next week.
Yeah.
About
no sales today?
One sale. Wait, I don't know. I mean, yard sales. Yes, I went to one yard sale this morning. Didn't buy anything. A lot of knickknacks that you would buy at Walmart that have little pithy sayings on them that you, I don't think I saw any of those.
No. Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Like stupid signs.
And they were all wine related.
Okay.
Like my favorite time of day is when I drink wine or something like, dumb.
No whining.
Yeah.
Stop whining.
Right.
Yeah.
Lots of those. But they did have a pedal car. That's why I saw the pedal car and I went there and I'm like, I got there like it started at 7. I was there at 7:10. I'm like, where's the pedal car? And they're like, oh, we haven't got it out yet. So then they got it out. I took some pictures, sent it to my father-in-law, and he's like, yeah, I'm not interested. It needed everything. It needed all tires, needed all bearings underneath. It was a fire truck, a different style fire truck, needed a bell, and completely restored. It only had a value on eBay of $150. So it was extremely common. So he likes them where they're worth 500 or more restored.
That makes sense.
Yeah. I should take a picture. He hangs all of his pedal cars from the ceiling of his shop now on chains.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. I should take some pictures of him next time I go. He's got like 5 or 6, 7. He's restoring 3 right now.
That would be cool. Or at least put that on the
Instagram.
On Instagram. Yep.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
Well, that brings us to the end of another great podcast. What do you think?
I'd say better than great.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Any closing thoughts for us?
No, I'm like I said, I'm yard selling and I can't wait to find more stuff. And the dump. I haven't been to the dump to find free stuff there. I haven't been in a dumpster either lately. I know we got a comment about that. It's nothing, dude. Come on. It's not that I'm crawling through the trash compactor in Star Wars. I don't know. I'm buying electricity, food, mortgage, and feeding my family with stuff that people throw away. There's no greater thrill that I get from finding free stuff and flipping it online. I absolutely love it. It's amazing. It keeps me going. Sometimes free stuff is junky, but I take it anyway. And right. Tons of junk, but I don't know. People throw out so much stuff. There's every single yard sale I go to, there's that box at the end of the driveway and just says free on it.
Free.
I don't know if it's the same way where you go.
Yeah.
But that's like the first stop there. And I always go in there and I always find something. And then to kind of get that nice little relationship going with the people there, I said, oh, I just raided your free pile. That means I have to go buy something. They always get a chuckle out of that. No, you don't have to. But that's building a rapport, right?
Yeah, right.
I mean, you want to break the ice. You don't want to go in there all cranky and stuff. You want to go in there. And I find that you do that, you get better deals. They're more than willing to deal with you, make that bundle price for you. So try that if you guys yard sale and try to be open and friendly. And when you get there, hey, how are you guys doing this morning? Or Hey, it was a great day for this, something cheesy like that. It breaks the ice, and I find that they're more than willing to work with you if you're friendly and just courteous. So
I almost always start off with like, hey, you been selling a lot today? How's it going? You know?
yeah.
Did anybody ask you for video games yet? I usually
Mhm.
they're like, yep, I've had like 3 people ask me. And then I usually pick out an item and I'm like, oh, that's really cool. Even though I'm not really interested in it. It's something I think is cool, but not something I would buy.
Right.
Yep. I talk almost too much at yard sales, and I'm like, yeah, I need how am I gonna? I need to end this conversation because now they're talking to me, and
Right.
usually ask me about my Ohio State shirt. That's a good Penn State fans all the time. Oh, everything's double to this guy.
Yep.
Yep.
But still, it's an icebreaker.
Yep.
Gets them talking. So, well,
With that,
have a great weekend, guys. We'll see you soon.
See you next week, everyone.